I had the biggest realization today about dating, and I think this can help many people. Many people who are struggling with dating and maybe completely tired of it, completely exhausted from it, but still want to be in a relationship. I was sitting in a cafe today, and this girl next to me, she was chatting with her friends about different stuff. And then she said this phrase, "Oh yeah, I know, my husband was building a villa there. It's so nice." And I heard her saying that this simple sentence, there's basically nothing special about that sentence, right? But she talked about her husband building something. And I realized how much depth that has. Just think about it, how much depth we have in a dating apps. How much depth we can achieve by looking at people's pictures like a catalog. How much depth we can achieve while just sitting there and talking for one night. It's completely different kind of vision for dating. So what I'm trying to say is, I was later today, I was thinking about it. I don't want those vibes of a fuckboy vibe. I don't want a vibe of someone who just doesn't want to do anything, just want to be something casual. This is completely different vibe to that vibe. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this vibe of running around, having fun, catching those little things, the vibe of someone who is never satisfied, the vibe of something temporarily, the vibe of blink of something maybe spectacular, but yet couple of seconds, couple of days, maybe a month. And the vibe of someone who is talking about building something with a partner together. And I think this is the biggest difference of all. If you are a woman and you're watching this, one of the things to consider, I will start to think about my dates and how I am perceived by a man on a date. Because this made me realize, if I'm on a date with anyone, with a guy, right? And this guy, how does he look at me? Does he look at me like this, with depth? Or does he look at me as something, as a fling, as something not serious, not important, maybe amazing, but maybe just like a blip of life? It's a very different perspective. It's a very different vision. And I'm not saying that depth can't be fun, and I'm not saying that dating cannot be fun. It should be fun. But there is a difference in depth of that perception. And there is difference of how you communicate and how you act from that perception. And we attract what we are. So if you think about it, if you deeper thinking about it, you gotta understand where you stand. Where do you stand? 1 foot there, or like... So when you get to understanding where you're coming from, this will give you an idea how others perceive you and how you come across for other people. And that comes to everything. This is just all figured out. This is like a big umbrella of these little things, like how you dress on a date, how you act on a date, what kind of questions do you ask? Do you ask any questions, or do you kind of keep it simple? And it could be simple, even with depth. But how other people perceive of you, if they're trying to touch you, for example, or if they're trying to kind of like get a little bit intense, do they actually perceive you with depth? if you're coming from a place of I want to be someone's partner for a long term, it would be different when you're coming from I'll just try and see. I mean, you have to still try and see, yes. But this place is a little bit different. This place is, I don't care, I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to do things and see wherever. Maybe it will be something, maybe it will not. Of course, life is happening and sometimes these things are the same. But the perception is still different. The inner perception, the inner calling. Either I'm applying for a job and I'm actually looking at the company and I'm actually trying to understand what I'm going to do, and I'm actually taking some time to prepare for this job, for the interview, for anything. Or am I just clicking and see what happens? Like this, you can also get into a relationship. I got into one for 3 years. I was in there. Or you can look at it. You don't have to go that fast. You can be quite slow. And you can learn the things, deeper things, not by one little date, but many dates maybe, or many conversations. So this is a difference of perspectives. And I feel like this is a big, big change for me in a just looking at the dating thing. Because while I was sitting in that cafe today, and this girl was talking about it, 30 minutes later, you know who walks into the door? A person I was with last year. And I was with him for probably a month and a half. And then he ghosted me. So I was like, hi, great seeing you here. So you're back. And when I looked at him, I was like, oh my God. This person have a completely different perception. And this person is here. He's not here. I can try with my own vision and try to push him into that, as many women do. And I think we all been there. I can try and push him into that, but just looking at it, I can see where this person stands. And when you get the understanding where this person actually stands, it makes more sense. I'm not saying it can't transfer, it can. But the perspective is important. How you act is important. If you don't care about the flings anymore, if you care about yourself, if you care about finding something long-term, finding love, if you care about building a family, if you care about building a house together, if you care about bringing different new humans into this world, I mean, it's completely different kind of vision. And you attract what you are. So when you stand over here, you probably will attract people who also want those things. I hope this helps. Subscribe!